Okay, let's get started. We're going to start this project by just looking at a background, and then we'll move on to an object, and then we'll do a text. All right. So here I have a blank Canva presentation. Go up here and select the color wheel. This is what will set our background. Now you can see if you scroll down, there's these set of default gradients. These are really just two-tone situations that you can play with. Good place to start if you've never worked here before. But I'm going to take you into the custom side of it because I don't think it's that difficult for us to work with, and we can learn so much more from it. All right, so to do that, we say, I want to add a new color to the document. It gives us a choice of solid colors, but what we want are the gradient colors. And that starts us out with a white and gray two-tone. I'm not going to use any of those colors, but let's add a few more gradients by hitting this plus button. I'm going to take it out here so that I've got 5 gradient choices to work with, and we're going to fill each of these colors in individually. We'll start by doing that. I'll select the first circle, and I want to use a black as my start. Then I'm going to select the second circle, and I'm going to use something here in this orange category. And I'm purposely choosing kind of stuff up here in this high contrast corner or high visibility corner, just to make these things stand out. You'll want to choose more subtle items later. All right, we'll select the third one, and I'm going to choose something in the green. I'm just working my way across the wheel. All right, and now I want to select something in the blue. And last but not least, I'm going to go grab something here in this purplish area. All right, and there you have it. There's a vertical bar gradient. You can see the solid line coming out where it's the most intense. And then these edges also represent the most intense. And you can add, I haven't found an upper limit. You can add as many colors as you want. I'm going to click back into it now. And if we double click the gradient that we worked with, it will come up. Now notice down below here, there's a style that we can work with. So you can change this from vertical bars to horizontal bars to diagonal bars to a circular gradient. Like I said, I think that's starting to get into a little bit of a 60s look, if you will. Or you can do an arch quarter circle type gradient as well. All right. I'm going to have a little bit of fun now. I'm going to put it to the circle side, and then let's add a page. And so you'll see it kept that as our default background. But now what I want to do is let's look at an object. All right. And really working with an object, I'm going to start with a square just because he's handy here in my recently used. I'm going to spread this square hopefully somewhat evenly across the presentation. There he's somewhat centered now, right? And the way we apply a gradient to an object is almost identical. We'll go up here, we'll select the color wheel, and now you can see we actually have the default gradient for the background that we can work with. So I can punch that in. And, I kind of think that looks kind of cool on its own. You could do 2 or 3 of those, stack them, and get a nice 3D effect. All right. But we also have the option to customize it. We can change it to the bars. Oh, have the background selected for some reason. Let's get in there and select it. All right. Now we're working with the box again. So we can go to the bars. We can do, any of them. I'm going to make this one that quadrant area. All right. Now within the object, if we really wanted to, we could go in, we could reselect all these colors and change it that way. Sometimes I think it's fun to like reverse the order of the colors if you're going to do that in something like this. Or we could just go in here and like start fresh. Click the plus button and add a brand new set of gradients and make it whatever you would like for that design. All right. But I'm looking for this contrast. I want to keep the uniformity going. I'm just going to kind of play with a very simple design when we're done here with both of these combined. All right. I'm going to add one more page now. And again, you'll see we kept our circle as the background, but now what I want to do is I want to apply a gradient against the text. All right. And like most people, we got to change that font because that font kind of sucks. And we will go in here, and I'm gonna go with feeling a little 60s nostalgia. So I'll write the word radical, put it across here. All right. Now we can go through the exact same process again. Go up here to text color, and you can see now I've got a couple different gradients to find. Um, doesn't really matter which one I choose. I'll choose that guy, which I think was our center bullseye. So he's like the background at the moment, and you can see that coming out. But really, I think where I want to go here is I want to make this one bar. I want to do it as a bar across there, okay? And sometimes this can get a little bit tough to see as we mix it in there. So I'm going to go to effects, and I'm going to add a drop shadow. I'm going to turn this transparency kind of way up, make it white, and a little bit more offset, quite a bit more blur, something like that. All right, so now it stands out. It's got a little bit of a shadow that we can see it. Okay, here's where I want to go with this now. I'm going to combine all three of these together. All right, and we're just going to do that by pulling it up here to our center slide. Like so. And there you go. Now you've got three gradients all intersecting with each other, all on the same page. Using a little bit of a shadow, we were able to, this green area can be a little tough to see. So we added in that shadow. But from this, I think you get a sense of what you can use these gradients for, how you can mix and match them, and how you can use them in future designs. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that follow and subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe.